Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I have filmed a new makeup look for you guys. I don't know what to call this. It's a cute little date night look, you know? Maybe you're running out, you want something sparkly. I normally don't put sparkles like through and through. I'm probably a matte shadow girl. I love matte shadows. I just like a matte lid, but you gotta keep up with what's going on. There are plenty of shiny lids running around. I will make sure to link everything in the description bar below, all the products that I use. Don't worry. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my previous video. I'll have that and my latest blog post linked down below as well. We coming at you, we coming at you. If you recreate this look, just tag me. You know, let me see how y'all do it. I'm also gonna take some of y'all tips too. So we're just gonna learn and share and grow with each other. What else do I have to say? I really think this is cute. If you're not subscribed, stop before we go anywhere. Go ahead and click subscribe, join the fam, give the video a thumbs up. Remember to leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see on my channel, but also, you know, what you liked about this video. I use a couple different shadows in this video. Like I said, everything will be linked down below. That's pretty much it. I will check you guys in my next video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Defining Devonnie. All right, y'all. Let's get into this video now. I think it's time. Alright guys, so we're just gonna jump right into this little tutorial. Is this a tutorial? We don't know. Anyway, my face is clean, it's washed, it's already moisturized. I'm kind of just gonna get ready for my makeup first by applying my Sephora coconut lip balm. Y'all, I really do love this stuff. It's only like $6 or $8. I have to repurchase it. I'm almost done. I love it. So moisturizing. Alright, next up we're gonna get into, I guess this would be my primer stage. This primer is from European Wax Center. I actually just purchased this a couple days ago. So far I love it. It is so smooth, and I need to use a primer sometimes just because there are areas that crease a lot, like my smile lines around my mouth and right below my eyes. No matter how much I set those areas, they just end up creasing. So I love using a primer to kind of help fill those lines in and just make my makeup look a little smoother, even though it's inevitable, right? So then I'm just working that into my face. It smells so good. Most of all their products smell good, actually. All right, so we're gonna take Fenty Beauty's Pro Filt'r foundation. I am the shade 400. Just squirting a little bit of that on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna take this Sonia Kashuk flat top foundation brush and just buff that into my skin before I really work it. The Fenty foundation always looks crazy when you first put it on, but guys, it does oxidize and it looks beautiful when you get your shade. Honestly, it really does look like skin. There's no other way to describe the way this foundation sets, and you know, when it's all said and done, when your makeup's been sitting, the way it looks, it's really, really nice. You can still get full coverage, but also keep it really light as well and have it look natural. I'm just going to pump it straight on my face because I realized obviously squirting it on the back of my hand was a waste of time. So I'm just blending the rest of this foundation in. Alright guys, so we're moving right into concealer. I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Truffle. And I'm just kind of using this to, not really highlight, but just to cover up some of the darker areas under my eyes and around my mouth and stuff a little more. Because I don't want to keep piling on foundation. So that's what I use the concealer for, to kind of spot treat, if you will. Look at my mustache disrespecting me. I swear the mustache came out of nowhere. Alright, so now I'm just using my Sonia Kashuk makeup sponge to pat that into my skin. You want to make sure the makeup sponge is really damp. I just find that you need to have it really wet with this particular brand. So yeah, I'm just using that to pat in the concealer all around my face. Look how nice that looks already. Alright guys, so for the second step, I am actually using another concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution concealer. It is, I think this is $7. Yeah, it's only $7, which is crazy. People were comparing it to the Tarte Shape Tape for a while, I think. So I'm not sure if you use Tarte Shape Tape, but that's what it was being compared to. I've never used it, so I don't know what the formula's like. What I do know is that this Makeup Revolution is only $7, and I do like this formula. Do you see how dewy and just hydrating it looks? Oh, I love that. And then when you blend it out, it looks so nice and just smooth and glowy. I'm really digging this concealer, and I've only used it a couple of times, and I can already tell that I'm most likely gonna go to Ulta and re-up. Alright, so next up I'm gonna set all those creamy products with my L'Oreal True Match powder. This is in the color W8, which is the warmer side of the range, and it's in the they also have a name, Creme Cafe. So if you're looking for that, that's the color I'm using. I use my Real Techniques brush to kind of focus or concentrate the powder right beneath my eyes first, because again, that's the first area to crease on my face always. So I really want to focus some of that powder under there and make sure it has time to sit. Okay, so now it's time for a real basic contour, honey. I'm using the Makeup Revolution foundation stick. This is their color F18, which I'm pretty sure is the darkest shade in the range. And I'm just using that to lightly contour my face, nothing crazy. I'm not heavy into contouring. I just also don't want to look like an egg, which is what my face looks like without a little definition. So we're just going through and placing a little bit of it on my cheeks, right on my jawline, and then I'm using my Real Techniques angled brush to smooth that in. I don't want to completely blend out the product. I still want you to be able to see it so you can actually see that I'm trying to contour, but we don't want it to look too harsh. Natural, soft contour. So lots of blending, and again, there's more products to go on top of it, so it'll all blend out and look cute. Moving right along to our eyeshadow now. For the eyeshadow base, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r eyeshadow primer. This stuff is so good, guys. It will definitely enhance the color and the pigments in your shadow, but what I really like about it is how long your shadows last. Definitely check that out if you're in the market for a new primer. Alright, so the first color I'm going to be laying down is this taupe color, perfect for the crease area. This is Saddle by MAC. It's one of my favorite crease blending colors because it's so natural. It's kind of close to my skin tone, and it just looks really, really pretty on. Alright, I'm just going to use this little spoolie to kind of get my eyebrow hairs in order. I hate while I'm doing my makeup and my eyebrows look crazy. Even if I'm not up to my brows yet, I just can't do my makeup and stare at them looking disorderly the whole entire time. Okay, so the next color is this really pretty light brown taupey color. All of the colors are like brown taupey colors for me. But this is from the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. I got this from Sephora. It's like $27. Love every single shade in the palette. This is like my perfect palette. Lots of matte colors and then just a few glittery colors, so that if you want to like convert a look from day to night, it's really easy in one palette. Really like it. I like how blendable the colors are. Not a lot of fallout. It's not chalky. It's just an overall really nice palette. So I'm just applying that color right, well, focusing it to the middle of my lid. We want it to just blend out and look really nice and even, because we're going to put some more shadow on top of that. Alright, from the same palette, we're taking that burnt sienna reddish color and we're applying that right to the outer V of the lid, just for a really pretty pop of color right there. That red is so beautiful. I've done a look where I've only used that color, so you know the like one color looks, and it is so vibrant. I just love the way it looks on my skin tone. It looks really, really pretty. So we're just blending that right on the outer corner of the lid for that pop of color. It's so pretty. Y'all hear my voice? This is so sad. Who would do a voiceover when they sound like this? Okay, so now we're gonna start getting into the deeper shades. So first, we're gonna take this brown, this really, really dark brown from the Makeup Revolution palette. Y'all, this palette was also $7. I mean, come on. And the colors are really pigmented. So yeah, I'm just applying some of that deep brown shade right in the outer V of my lid, just to, again, deepen up the color, just make it a little more smoky, you know, variety, spice of life. Alright, so once our colors are all blended out, I'm just applying a little more of the primer to the middle of my lid. I want to apply that glittery color and I don't want it to look patchy and weird, so just a little more primer right in the middle, and then I'm just going to use my finger to pat it all in. Alright, back to the Huda palette. We're using the brown glittery color. There are two glittery colors in the palette. One that looks more gold and orange and lots of red tones, and then the other one is like more brown. So that's the one we're using, and we're just patting that right in the middle of the lid. You want to keep all the sparkles to like the middle section. Don't go too high. Don't go all the way in the corner, the outer corner of your lid. Just right there in the middle. Alright, back in for that light brown shade, because now we're just going to blend everything together so that all the colors kind of work and don't look so harsh. There aren't so many lines because we did use quite a few colors. So we want to make sure they all like each other and just blend really seamlessly. So I'm also just dipping back into all the colors that we've used to kind of strengthen some of the colors we've lost. That red started to get a little muted in the corner there, so I'm just going and patting some more of that in, as well as our glittery color right into the middle section of our lid. I'm definitely not a makeup guru, you know, I'm just having fun. But one thing I will say is blend, blend, blend. No matter what, when you're doing makeup, just make sure you blend it out. It always looks better. Alright, now I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. It's pretty much my highlighting concealer because it's a little lighter than my skin tone. But I'm just using that to clean up my eyebrows a little bit. Honestly, they need to be threaded a little. I have some hair growing back, so I'm just trying to make them look a little sharper with the concealer. Yet another one of my favorite Fenty Beauty products. Flyliner is hands down one of the best eyeliners I've ever used. It's so easy to put on. The black, it is so good. It's so black, so black. I hate when you put on an eyeliner and by the time you finish and it dries up, it's like a cool gray. No thank you. The eyeliner is very dark and it also stays forever. You gotta put some work to remove Flyliner, for real. So I'm just lining my lids very lightly, a thin little line. That's just gonna help us with our lashes that we're putting on in a bit. Alright, going in with one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. This is the Loreal Voluminous mascara. Just the regular original one, all black. I know they have a new one out. I haven't tried it yet. Don't worry, I will. But I'm just using this to get my lashes ready because we are putting on some falsies and I want them to blend with my lashes. Alright, so I am using my Ardell Wispies. I got these from Target. They were a couple of bucks and they actually might have been on sale as well. So yes, for a steal. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't wear falsies like that. Like, I pretty much never put on false lashes, and all because I hate the process of applying false lashes. Like the glue and the sticking them on and holding. But honestly, this little tool that I'm using, I got from Target as well. I think it's, I cannot even remember the name of the brand, but it's really helpful. It makes putting on lashes so much easier. If I would have known they had things like this out there, I probably would have been wearing lashes a lot sooner. Alright, so I'm taking this Essence brow pencil. I typically don't use brow pomades and pencils like that. They're not like an everyday part of my routine. But just with this look, my eyebrows were killing me because I know it's time to get them threaded and cleaned up a bit. So I could see all the spaces and yeah, so I'm just trying to fine tune my brows a little bit, make them look a little more presentable. Okay, so I do go back in with the Flyliner and I just kind of, I guess, draw a band or fill in the rest of the liner a little bit so that it's above where you can see the bands of the lashes. It just makes the liner, the wing, look a little thicker, and I don't know, in my opinion it looks a little better because I can't see the top band of the lashes, which is bothering me. And then I bring it all the way into the corner of my eyes because I don't always do that, but for some reason I really like the way it looks. Your eyes look like huge and so open, and it's really nice. It's my jam. So just dragging a little bit of that liner into my inner corner. Of course, gotta set the face, so I'm spraying Max Fix Plus all over my face. This isn't my final step. I kind of spray the Fix Plus multiple times throughout doing my makeup. So I spray it right before I put on some highlighter. Of course, I'm using that Fenty Beauty Hustler Baby. That's pretty much the only highlighter I use right now. I can't even find the rest of my highlighters because I've given up on them. I just love this one so much. Alright, now that we're all highlighted, I'm gonna go in with my MAC blush in Format. I just love this blush. It's one of my favorites. I kind of like blushes that look more like bronzers, deeper blushes. Sometimes I use pinks, but for the most part, I always use like a bronzer style blush. Alright, so it's time to set the rest of our face. I'm going back in with my L'Oreal True Match powder, and I'm just dragging that powder all over my face to set those shinier areas like my chin, forehead, all that stuff. We just want that to be nice and matte. No thank you for all the shine. Alright, just to wake myself up a bit and bring some color into my face, I'm using this NYX HD Blush and I think Crimson. I'm just gonna pat some of that right into my cheeks. Moving on to lips. I meant to grab my MAC Chestnut lip liner. For some reason I thought this was it, but this is actually Vino, and it has some of, I think it's cherry on it. You can see that it's red. I had mixed some of my liners, so some of it's on this one, but I didn't feel like changing it. Typically I do this lip with a brown liner though. So now I'm just using my Victoria's Secret Velvet Matte Lip Cream or Lip Stain. It's a lip stain, but it's a cream. And this is in the color Wanted. It's so pretty. It's definitely matte and it dries a little darker than it's showing up right now. It's so pretty. One of my favorite lip combinations when I use it with a brown lip liner. The red lip liner or the Vino, it's more of like a purple actually, gives it this pinker look, and I think that worked for this, so I wasn't too mad at it. Whenever I use the brown liner, it's more nude. It comes up as like a nude color. Alright guys, we're almost at the finish line, almost there. I'm just taking some of my Lotta Body Edge Control and I'm sorting out my baby hairs. I'm not taking the scarf off, it's a scarf kind of day, so we're just gonna leave that on and just make the baby hairs look a little neater. All right, now that our edges are semi-laid, it's time to toss our hoops in our ears and get out the door. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking to the ends of the video. This is the look, nothing special. Like I said, it's reminding me of like a really simple, cute date night look. So thank you so much for watching. All the details will be in the description bar below. Don't forget to like and comment, and of course, subscribe. You don't want to miss anything happening here. All right, see you guys in my next video. Let it go. It'd be easier for me if I turn away to flee. Oh, but there's something holding on in the way of being long gone. Time to wake up, time to wake up. So